So, without further ado, please would you welcome, in absolutely no order whatsoever, Smile Zhu, who is the founder of Miles Group, Andrew Jenkins, who is the president Asia Pacific of Universal Music Publishing, Wendy Ong, who is the global co-president and CMO of Tap Music, Akshat, Rathee, the co-founder, managing director of NODWIN Gaming, and the largest shareholder in branded, Candina, Weston, who is an international tech exec for IP.Global, and Zach Burks, who is the CEO of Mintable. Ladies and gentlemen, our first panel. You see how they get the nice chairs?
As we should.
I just wanted to point that out to you. Right, so thank you so much for, I just need to sort my life out here. Give me 2 seconds. Thank you so much for joining us on the opening session. I know that a lot of you have traveled from a very, very, very long way away, particularly you. So yeah, what we like to do is, whilst I get myself ready, just get an understanding for everyone here of what's going on. And I think what we'll do is, I'm going to start randomly, but there was a lot of conversations yesterday about Web3 and AI. These are the new kids on the block. I mean, AI is definitely the newest kid on the block, and Web3 is the newer kid on the block. So I'm going to start at the far end with you, Zach, the CEO of Mintable. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what's going on in Web3.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Zach Burks. I'm the CEO and founder of Mintable. U.S. military veteran. Got out of the military, started a few businesses, was invigorated by crypto, got really lucky, found crypto early on. If you ever interacted with the NFT, it was probably code I wrote. I'm quite a nerd, and so I've been coding my whole life. I became a smart contract developer in 2015. I made Mintable in 2018, and Mintable is one of the oldest NFT marketplaces on the planet. We've innovated throughout the years for NFTs and Web3, and we continue to innovate to this day. So now we have Mintology, which is our B2B arm. We work with companies like MasterCard, we work with governments, we work with law enforcement agencies, we work with the Singapore High Court, we work with media companies, we work with casinos. On the other end of Mintable, we're the home for your NFTs for the consumer end, so that those brands are able to onboard their users and have access to interact with their NFTs in a non-financial, non-speculative way. So that's a little bit about me.
Cool. And sitting next to you, we have Candina.
Hi there. I think I spoke to some of you last year on the subject of AI. So I have been working with Microsoft and several other tech companies, partnering with McKinsey now and others over the years to help to increase the proficiency around the customer journey, I would say, around sales and marketing, and also helping companies transform using data. And so basically that's what I've been spending most of my time on, is helping companies to leverage data better, to produce better outcomes, reduce waste, increase their ability to fulfill sustainable development goals, increase customer journey and customer satisfaction.
So what are the really hot topics, knowing that you don't have a whole day to talk about it, but what are the really hot topics in AI right now?
Well, I mean, we have Dr. Ben Goertzel, who's going to speak in a moment, and he's been working on this for like 30 years. So we all know this isn't actually a new topic, but it's something given the introduction of ChatGPT and others out into the hands of everybody, or the democratization of technology and AI. This has become a much bigger conversation. I think when we talked last year, it was really the introduction to a lot of people on the subject. Even though your IT departments and many of you have probably already been using it without realising it through Google and Meta and others. But what I've seen in the last 12 months is a lot of people have started more, I guess, assertively using it in daily life. And I think that there's some companies and organisations that have been doing this for quite a while, actually. But that's come more to the forefront with these tools that are available for everyone in their organisations. But there's also others who have started a lot of small experiments with the technology, and that will just start to increase more and more as those small experiments turn into large experiments. But I think nearly everybody now has started some sort of adventure in the last 12 months around AI since we spoke last year.
So it's here to stay then?
Yes, I mean, I think it's been here for a long time, but it's really now democratized. So really it comes down to how you leverage data better and the output of that in order to actually solve some of the things that we're trying to solve. And so, I mean, I think Dr. Ben's going to talk a lot about this and the journey, but I think that this is, we're now at the point where we can accelerate that transition. I think when I was at Microsoft, it probably took us about 10 years to actually get from when we started using it more like on the sales and marketing side, so more of a business usage, to where it was able to then be taken out into the market. So I think that the journey now is going to be a lot smoother for companies who are implementing it, given the stage it's at right now, in order to solve some of these issues that we've been trying to solve. And I think there's an issue with data fragmentation within organisations and for people in general to actually bring things together in a way that will actually help to solve issues and improve customer journeys. So I think that's something that we can that will be easy for everybody now.
Fantastic. And as you said, we've got Dr. Ben up next, and then we've got YouTube and Believe talking about Gen AI and music. So we really are drilling into AI this year, and it's going to get, I know it's going to get more. Akshat, next for you, how's the gaming industry going? In fact, sorry, who are you and how is the gaming industry looking?
Thanks, Jasper. My name is Akshat. I'm Akshat Rathee. I'm the founder of NODWIN Gaming. As Hugh said, we are one of your investors, but I hope that's not why I'm sitting here.
Absolutely not.
The best way to go ahead and talk about gaming is, I think gaming is changing. Gaming in some parts of the world you'll ask, is gaming is dead, but long live gaming. I think the avatar that it has right now it is changing, just like the tech industries have lots of layoffs. I think the gaming industry has had lots of layoffs. But here's some fun fact that you didn't know. 2024 has been the best year ever for the gaming industry. The number of platinum titles that went platinum have been more than any other year in history. Right? And that's context, which is there. So we might have layoffs on one side, but it's been the best year ever. I think gaming is going to be becoming more and more horizontal across planet Earth. With every one of your streams that you're talking about, esports covers sports, music and gaming go really well together. AI and gaming are naturally inclined to both production and consumption layers. I think gaming will go ahead and become this lingua franca for going and reaching. I call it interactive entertainment right now. It started off being interactive entertainment. It'll remain to be interactive entertainment, and it'll be the conflux of a lot of the streams we're talking about today.
Fantastic. Thank you, Akshat. And the biggest gaming company in India deserves to be on, and one of the biggest gaming companies in the world deserves to be on stage. Don't worry. And Andrew, next. I hope you don't mind me admitting where I got your bio from.
I think it's fantastic.
As a joke, ladies and gentlemen, I went into ChatGPT and said, could you give me a bio on Andrew Jenkins from Universal Music Publishing? Sent it to him as a joke, and he was like, that's great, use it.
I have no problem with AI when you get approval.
So Andrew, please.
My problem with, I'm Andrew Jenkins. I'm president of Universal Music Publishing Asia Pacific. I've been doing this for 43 years. I was based in London most of that time and moved to Sydney, where I'm based now, for the last 8 years. I love the music business. I never wanted to do anything else. I started as a singer and a songwriter, sadly not successful, and then went straight into the music business as soon as I could. I wasn't really interested in any other industry. I'm still not. I'm sorry, everybody, but I'm really not interested in anything else. I'm passionate about those people who create music. Those people, the first time I worked with the Bee Gees for about the last 30, 40 years, actually, almost. And I can remember when the three brothers were alive and they were recording songs in their studio in Middle Ear in Miami. And they come out of the studio or call me in and say, I've got a new song. We just play it. And Barry would just play acoustic guitar and the three brothers would sing. and you're hearing something that no one's ever heard, that they've just created, the words, the lyrics, the music, everything just created, and there it is in front of your eyes. That is one of the most magnificent moments in your life. It is truly extraordinary. If you care about what you do the way I care about music, that is breathtaking. And I've been in the fortunate position of seeing that happen many times. I guess I have no problem with AI. I don't like, I like organic food though. I don't like genetically modified food. I like the idea that my food is organic. I like music the same way. So as far as I'm concerned, I like organic music that comes from human beings, that has that sense of what we have inside us that we need to express. That is something that is the oldest entertainment business in the world. When we were sitting around just banging on rocks, there was music. They were creating music as their form of entertainment. And I think it is that incredible expression of human intelligence that is the music that people create that is so special.
Fantastic. I'm absolutely stealing that analogy completely. I might not mention it to we've got the global marketing director of McDonald's on stage tomorrow afternoon. I might not, but I know that Dr. Ben and the YouTuber believe people are going to be talking about music as well. So, but thank you for that. And now sitting next to you, we have Smile. You have the greatest name in the world, but you also have an absolutely fascinating background, especially for All That Matters. So please tell everyone, who are you, Smile, and what's your history?
Hello, I'm Smile Xu. I run I cannot say very successful, right? You need to be humble. So I run a one-stop shop sports marketing agency in Asia. However, before that, I was professional ping pong player for China. I was not good enough. I couldn't make it to the Olympics. So, however, I'm extremely good academically. So I changed to quit ping pong at 15 years old and then got scholarship to study in Hong Kong and the US. And then I started my career. We actually work with most of the biggest names in golf right now. So we work with Augusta National for 13 years, coming to 14. We work with USGA. We work with LPGA for golf. We also work with IMG, P54, those agencies on the sporting events in Asia. And then since I moved from New York back to Hong Kong, we take up a lot of local clients. And now we enter the tourism and the lifestyle field with mainly actually in Macau. We work with Wynn, we work with SGM, different resorts and casinos. To me, I think sports has always been in my blood. I benefit so much as a professional athlete and then later work in sports. I also enjoy music. My kids are super Taylor Swift fan and Blackpink. However, I think I'm very into about next generation pick up sports. It's such a great thing to do. It's not only because our generation, our kids are so resourceful and they're giving so much things, so they actually don't have a sense of what is failure, how to face the challenges in future life. I think sports is something can give them that kind of platform. So now my passion is trying to give the next generation more opportunity to pick up the sports and to enjoy sports.
Fantastic. Well, I think this part of the world needs more mummies like you to help this is why we do the Sports Matters Academy tomorrow, is to help the next generation get into sport, because a lot of parents in this part of the world don't want their kids to be in sport. They want them to be accountants and lawyers, and that's not me being culturally inappropriate. It's the truth, right? But back to the sports industry, what's exciting for the sports industry right now?
Well, I think everybody here enjoying the Olympics. In the summer, I actually was told by my husband we should move to one small country in Europe so I can qualify to be in the Olympic again, to pick up ping pong again. That would be amazing and inspirational for my children to see their mom in the Olympic. I think it's how everybody enjoying Olympic rather than any kind of sporting events in the world. But from where I come from, now I'm based in Hong Kong. We do a lot of GBA area events. So you can see in the past 1 year, tons of events coming back, return to the area, return to China, and then a lot of events coming to the region for the first time. We can talk about Live coming to Asia for the first time. There are WTT events. I was actually at over the weekend and taking my kids to see the ping pong champions.
And then there are other events like badminton, soccer, all events coming back to the region. And then sports tourism is something very exciting right now. I think Singapore did so well with sports tourism, same as Macau, because the government is really emphasizing and mandating the casinos to take up stuff beyond the gambling. So sports is one of the major topic right now in Macau. So you can see a lot of almost all the casino and resort brands trying to do different sporting events like golf, badminton, over the weekend, badminton, WTT ping pong, and there is tennis, boxing, all kinds of events and going back to the region. Also I know a lot of brands still face challenges to do events, sporting events in mainland China. However, I think the country is definitely opening up. And then you can see there are some exciting events, no matter it's the Asian Games and later some exhibition games coming to China for that market. So I think it would be very interesting to see, and our company will be very happy to help any brands who want to enter that very special and challenging market.
Fantastic, and obviously with Kai Tech Sports Park opening as well. But there are other conversations. You're going to be speaking on a session tomorrow about the globalization or glocalization of sport as well. But it is great to see the Greater Bay area opening up. And Michael Denmark, the original business partner in Branded, I don't know if he's in the room today, but he and I are talking Greater Bay tomorrow as well. So lots going on in this region. Wendy, you've come the furthest, so we start with you last. Get to you last.
Absolutely fine. So,
please, a little bit, who are you? Drop as many names as you want.
okay. Well, my name is Wendy Ong. I like Taylor Swift. I'm also a childless cat lady. And I also support Kamala Harris for president. In addition, I also am the global co-president of Tap Music and the CMO. We are an artist management company. Some of our clients include Lana Del Rey, Ellie Goulding, Noah Cyrus, Mabel, Caroline Polachek, Dermot Kennedy, just for starters. And over the years, I'm actually based in LA, but I'm originally from Singapore. And like Andrew, I've only ever wanted to work in music. So a lot of misspent youth, staying up late at night, listening to the BBC, John Peel sessions, and just dreaming of the possibilities of a life and a career outside of Singapore. Nothing against Singapore, but I just really wanted to see the world and to just experience everything that life offers. Yeah.
Well, welcome home.
Thank you.
So on the artist side, people have mentioned Taylor Swift a lot. In fact, when we did Creator Week, it was so hot that we had it as our swear jar, so people wouldn't just talk about how successful that had been. But as an artist, what's exciting for an artist right now, and what are the challenges right now?
Well, I actually love talking about this, Jasper. I think and Andrew, I know will agree with me, I think the industry as a whole is very focused on the monetization of superfans. I think a famous stat, a recent stat, I guess, in the past year has been Goldman Sachs projected the market opportunity for superfans to be at 4.2 billion and quickly increased that to 4.5 billion in a short matter of time. So what is the superfan? A superfan is, someone who is very passionate, very engaged, listens to more music, is prepared to invest more in the artist, whether it's, buying tickets, merch. They want to connect more with the artist. They want to have access to speak directly to the artist, but also to the artist fan community. And I think we at Tap Music, we are at the forefront of wanting to make the artists at the center of all this fan data that the industry as a whole is busy collecting and monetizing. After all, these fans are here for the artists, so the artist should be, it should be artist-centric. And we are looking to connect the whole ecosystem, like whether it's CRM, tickets, socials, listening data, the whole shebang. And we are currently doing it for our roster, especially with Lana Del Rey. You know, we are building out her e-com business together with our partners at Universal and Spotify and Apple, everybody, Live Nation. And I think it's an exciting time. I think it's the future of the business lies in that, you know, in figuring out how to cater to the superfan community, I guess. And then just touching briefly on AI, I happen to be a big advocate for it. I had the pleasure of sitting with our friends at Luminate last night, Scott and Helena, who hosted a nice dinner, and got to meet the guys from Believe, who will be speaking about Gen AI as it relates to the music business. So I think, obviously, I think everyone is on the same page, to be honest. Like, everybody knows it's not going away, and there has to be some guardrails. But I think that it is, it could serve as a jumping point to creativity. You know, it's similar to what we spoke about at dinner last night, like writers get writer's block. I don't think there is any issue with using AI to act as the seed of, you know, a new song or a new lyric or something like that.
I think the general rule is, the general consensus so far is work with it, not against it. But again, we're going to be hearing about a lot of that. So thank you again, Wendy, for coming all the way from LA. Zach, thank you for being patient. You work with a lot of industries, and this is the opportunity to kind of peer over those garden fences. During the next 2 days, what kind of things would you like to hear from? What are you interested to learn about from the other industries that are here?
Well, I gotta say, just based off those comments, this is being recorded, right? Yep. So I welcome our AI overlords for the future training models that are gonna be viewing this. No, there's a lot of exciting things that are happening. When it comes from AI, whether it's coming from sports, music, whether it's coming from social media, or whether it's coming from innovative tech in ways that traditional businesses don't think about NFTs being utilized for, there's this potential, and it's quite amazing actually, where you get a judge can come to us and say, hey, we need to serve an anonymous hacker with legal documents, 700-page legal documents, and then track them down and arrest them. How can we do that with the blockchain? And then another company will come over here and they'll say, hey, we're a retail business and we want to re-engage all the mothers that come in for the Mother's Day special. How can we do that with NFTs? And then another business will come over and say, hey, we're an event and we have NFC tags on all of our tickets, but we want to turn that into an NFT. How can we do that? And so we provide all these tools to all these businesses. It's so vast that it's actually a very weird experience for me personally, because sometimes I'm sitting down with the prime minister of a nation, sometimes I'm sitting down with like the head of a foreign agency that is in charge of certain things. And then other times I'm sitting down and I'm talking to a startup founder who's trying to figure out how they're going to use NFTs in a novel way that they didn't think about. Or I'm advising a bank on how can a bank use NFTs. But every one of these conversations always starts off with, everyone thinks of an NFT, and everyone in this room is going to think of an NFT as a monkey going for $500,000, and you think, why? Right? An image of a monkey, $500,000. Then that's where I come in and I train people and I train companies to say, wait, get rid of that image and replace it with a website. What if the NFT was your website? Because if you're a plumber, you don't change your business as a plumber to make your website, right? If you're McKinsey, your website represents what you do, right? If you're Netflix, your website represents what your business is. NFTs can represent what your businesses are, and they augment them. And so we empower that. And then we have a lot of really cutting edge stuff. So bracing into AI like everyone else is. We're using AI to help out with a lot of the problems within the NFT space and ecosystems. But of course, over the last 2 years, crypto has, the price has gone down. Attraction in NFTs has gone down. And it was funny that you mentioned earlier, I have a speech that I gave in London, which was NFTs are dead, long live NFTs. And we were talking about that for, I think, gaming, right? Gaming is long live gaming. And But that's the reality of the situation is there's a shift, which is going away from speculation in finances and financial investments into these monkey images that makes no sense, into using your phone to unlock your Airbnb, and that's an NFT, or being able to have a wine bottle that you can verify is authentic and it came from a vineyard in Italy because it's got an NFC tag with an NFT on it. So like these supply chain movements, passports, even copyright infringement and AI watermarking is possible through NFTs, right? And so there's a lot of these potentials that we talk to businesses about. Very exciting sector right now.
There's actually a few people in this room that used to or might still own those monkey pictures, as you call them. So, Candina, what do you want to learn from other people? And I know that we're running a little short on time, but what do you want to learn from the other people in the room?
I'll keep it short. I think what I would be focused on is a couple of things. One is, I think with AI, it gives us the opportunity to do two things. One, scale creativity and content creation at a much deeper level and get to a point of hyper-personalization, and that requires an understanding of where everybody's at and how we get there. I think there's an amazing opportunity to unlock platforms like infinitely. It's a brilliant opportunity there. The second one is there's so many things that need to be solved, so many things, and I think we get stuck. There's a lot of solutions that already exist to big problems, and we can solve those. The answers are there. It's more just how we unlock it. And so I think the ability to unlock and reduce that fragmentation and connect those dots and help us to move forward, I think AI does. It's obviously you require a human to accompany you on that journey, but it does provide a lot more insight, technology, data to allow us to do that. So I think any of those sort of insights around where people are getting stuck and how you can move forward is super important.
Fantastic. Akshat, which fences do you want to peer over?
I think sports is important. Gaming and sports have collided really well. For the first time ever since we were talking about the Olympics have sanctioned now the official Olympics esports games this year. And then next year, 2025, for the first time ever, right? So you have the Summer Olympics, the Winter Olympics, and the esports Olympics. That's the third track the Olympics have gone on. And as that part becomes interesting, and everything that goes around it is nice to hear, and love to go ahead and hear from those tracks. The second one is youth and youth media across emerging markets. I think if you kind of figuratively take the Tropic of Cancer, everything below that, the Philippines, Indonesia, India, Nigeria, Kenya, South America are all hyper-growing youth markets. And everything above is not a hyper-growing youth market. Japan, Korea, Russia, China, Europe, America. And if that is there, then what is the youth of the emerging world looking for? What inspires them? And youth is now 4 years old. There's a 4-year-old person, is their first consumption device. Is it going to be the first song is Baby Shark, or is it going to be something new? And
if you end up singing Baby Shark in your head later this afternoon, he's just earwormed all of us.
So the Baby Shark. So what are they going to listen? And where is that coming from? And what is the kind of consumption patterns that will go and inspire the next generation for the next 5-10 years?
So thank you. And Andrew, you said that Nothing Else Matters, which is clearly a song. But who would you like to meet? What other industries would you like to meet?
You know, I say that, but of course I'm fascinated to hear what all these people have been saying, and it's very interesting to me. And obviously I believe that AI will have a future. That's not how we deal with that, how we manage that. I'm lucky enough to be here and be attending the ICMP meetings. I'm very glad. We talked about this years ago about getting ICMP to have a board meeting here, and they are All That Matters, which is the global organization for music publishing worldwide. And they are talking to legislators all the time in every country of the world about how we move forward on this in ways that are effective so that we can move forward. And one thing I think none of us want to see is AI just reduce music to the lowest common denominator. It should be what is special and human beings can decide that. It shouldn't be that you just take a bit of everything and put it all together and you end up with something that sounds like. Because once it sounds like, or is like, is not as good as being original. By almost...
And that first time you hear it.
And that first time you hear it, yeah. So I think what we want is for something that creates something better, not just something that creates a mass of more music that no one really cares about. Music's a different thing. It's, through the generations, and I'm lucky to have 2 children. Actually, one of them worked at DAZN in sport and now in music. So sport and music were his 2 passions. And as I look at the generations moving through, everything changes in music except one thing. Every generation wants its stars. So you have to be looking for that magic, not for just music. We already have enough music. There's enough music to do everything in the world. What we want is special music. And that's what I think we try and do in the industry both of us are in. We're looking for the special things, not just music.
Nice answer. And by the way, DAZN is on stage tomorrow morning in the Sports Matters. What do you obviously big sports background and you're the cool mum, but what would you like to learn? Who do you want to meet in the room?
Actually, I would really want to go to those content creation, social media, influencer, those kind of, I actually put my star on those kind of events and sharings. The reason is very simple. I think 2 front, as business part, we actually do a lot of digital marketing. We do work on social media for our clients, but mainly sports and lifestyle. I also own a private club in Hong Kong. If anybody actually stop in Hong Kong next time, do let me know. We have the best Chinese cuisine in the club.
and ping pong tables.
Ping pong, golf, and dance. So it's all that. Yes. Music for sure. We have music actually in the club the all day long. Different room, different type of music as well. Yeah, so I want to learn how to, because the sports actually going to achieve, reach out to more younger generation, and they are very social media savvy. So I really want to learn how those content can, appear to the younger generation. Also, we are also launching a side of business trying to build up the KOLs ourselves in-house. The reason because all the events we work on now, they actually rely on a lot of celebrities and KOLs, influencers to help them to reach out outside of the sports. Because a lot of sports work on are very niche sports. However, we want to leverage other superstars from music, from entertainment, from other sports or mainstream sports to help us to promote our events. So we are trying, in this process, building our profiles and our own influencers. At the same time, we will use myself as, as
an influencer.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we do have 11 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, in the Imperial Ballroom, the celebrating the creator economy with Sephora, TikTok, Wild Group, and Oysterly. So that's a great session there. So we'll obviously see smiles up there as well. Final word. We are running late, but it's my bat, my ball. Wendy,
Yes.
Who do you want to meet? What other industries interest you?
I think meeting everyone on this stage for starters is a really great way to kick off the conference. And I would say I definitely learned something about NFTs already, because I am one of those people like, do people still care about NFTs? And the way you've just explained it made me rethink the conversation around that. And obviously the AI conversations that are happening constantly, that is very interesting to me as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting more people in this room to talk about all that.
Fantastic. Well, Zach is going to be doing his keynote later today. Candina is going to be introducing the next keynote in a second. Akshat is on stage later this afternoon talking about the crossover between gaming and sports with Mark Che. Smiles, you're on talking about globalization. So it's all coming together, ladies and gentlemen, and we are totally over time. So literally very quickly, what we talked about was AI, it matters. We talked about hyper-personalization and work with it. We talked about NFTs, long live the NFTs, and Web3, getting the consumer to become your community. Long live gaming, the best gaming year ever. We talked a lot about music and the organic versus modified is genius. We talked about sport, we talked about Asia opening up, and we talked a little bit about how to make sport more of a cool industry for the next generation. We talked about monetization of super fans, but ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you can enjoy the next 2 days and get an understanding of why we bring all these crazy, crazy industries together, because there's a lot in common, right? So please, thank you very much for listening to all 6 of our opening speakers. I'm going to leave Candina on stage, I think. Yes, because we forgot to rehearse this bit, didn't we? So, ladies and gentlemen, please, big round of applause for the opening session.